Many hearts are confused about love. They wonder why it hurts before it heals, why waiting feels heavier than belonging, and why the heart seems to be tested long before it is rewarded. Islam offers an answer that changes everything. Allah does not begin with love. He begins with the heart. Because love, by itself, is not dangerous. But a heart that is unprepared can turn even mercy into pain. So Allah refines the heart before He allows love to rest inside it. He steadies it before He entrusts it. He disciplines it before He comforts it. If your heart has been delayed, stripped, or pressed into patience, understand this clearly. You are not being denied. You are being prepared. This is why Allah tests hearts more than He tests love. Love never fails. Unprepared hearts do. When relationships break, people almost always blame love itself. They say love was never real, love was too weak, or love was never written to last. Love becomes the accused, as if it arrived broken from the beginning. Yet Islam teaches us to look deeper than the surface of emotion. Love, by itself, is not destructive. What fails is the heart that carries love without being ready for its weight. Allah created love as a mercy, not a weapon. But mercy placed in an unstable heart does not remain gentle. Love does not change the heart into something new. It reveals what is already inside it. If fear lives in the heart, love will awaken anxiety and constant doubt. If insecurity lives there, love will turn into control and jealousy. If wounds have never healed, love will reopen them and pass that pain on to someone else. This is why two people can experience the same love, yet one relationship becomes peaceful while the other becomes painful. The difference is not love. The difference is the condition of the heart. Allah tests the heart because the heart determines how love is used. An unprepared heart seeks love to escape emptiness. It clings because it is afraid to be alone. It demands reassurance because it has not learned trust. It reacts instead of reflecting. When love enters such a heart, it does not bring comfort, it brings exposure. Every weakness becomes louder. Every unresolved issue becomes heavier. Love magnifies what the heart refused to face on its own. This is why Allah does not rush love into a heart that is still unstable. He tests the heart through patience, through loss, through waiting, and through silence. These tests are not meant to break the heart, but to strengthen it. Allah removes illusions so the heart can see itself clearly. He allows discomfort so the heart learns discipline. He withholds love at times so the heart learns how to stand without leaning too heavily on another creation. When the heart begins to heal, love no longer feels like a rescue mission. It becomes a shared journey. A refined heart does not expect love to fix its pain or complete its identity. Instead, it brings calm, responsibility, and emotional safety into love. It knows how to give without suffocating and how to receive without fear. Such a heart protects love rather than consuming it. Allah refines the heart before allowing love to settle because He cares about what lasts. Temporary happiness is easy to give. Lasting peace requires preparation. Love placed into an unready heart would eventually turn into regret, confusion, or harm. So Allah delays love not to deny joy, but to guard it. He shapes the heart until it can carry love with mercy, patience, and trust. When love finally arrives to a prepared heart, it does not collapse under its weight. It grows steadier, not heavier. The heart no longer blames love for past pain because it understands the truth. Love never failed. The heart simply needed to be ready. Wanting. Love is easy. Being ready for it is not. Almost every heart says it wants love. Wanting love is natural. It comes from loneliness, from longing, from the human need to be understood and chosen. Wanting love does not require growth, discipline, or maturity. It simply requires desire. This is why wanting love feels intense and urgent, while being ready for love feels quiet and steady. Islam teaches us to recognize the difference between the two. Wanting love often comes from what is missing inside the heart. A heart that feels unseen wants attention. A heart that feels empty wants affection. A heart that feels tired wants someone to lean on. There is nothing sinful about these feelings, but they do not automatically mean the heart is prepared for responsibility. Love is not just an emotion to receive. It is an amana to carry. Allah does not measure readiness by how strongly a heart desires love, but by how stable that heart remains without it. An unready heart approaches love with urgency. It fears loss before love has even begun. It attaches quickly because it is afraid of being left. It expects love to heal wounds that were never addressed. When love enters such a heart, it is placed under pressure it was never meant to bear. Instead of becoming a source of peace, love becomes a constant test of reassurance, validation, and emotional survival. This is why Allah tests the heart before granting love. He allows the heart to experience periods of standing alone, so it learns self-sufficiency. He teaches it how to find peace without constant emotional support from another human being. Through delay and restraint, Allah separates desire from readiness. The heart slowly learns that it can breathe, function, and grow even when love has not yet arrived. A heart that is becoming ready no longer looks to love as an escape. It no longer sees marriage or companionship as a solution to inner chaos. Instead, it begins to see love as a partnership between two whole individuals, not a lifeline thrown to someone drowning. This shift is subtle, but it is profound. The heart stops chasing love and starts preparing for it. Readiness also means the heart can give without resentment. It can be patient without keeping score. It can communicate without manipulation and care without control. These qualities are not developed through desire. They are developed through discipline, reflection, and trust in Allah's timing. A heart that has learned these lessons does not panic when love is delayed, because it understands that delay is not absence. It is preparation. Allah does not withhold love from hearts that want it. He withholds love from hearts that would be harmed by it. When the heart is ready, love does not feel like something to grab before it disappears. It feels like something that arrives naturally, without fear. Wanting love may open the door of longing, but readiness is what allows love to enter and stay. Allah trains the heart before He trusts it with love. Love is often spoken about as something light and effortless, but in reality, love is one of the heaviest responsibilities Allah can place into a human life. It is not only emotion, it is trust, accountability, and care for another soul. Because of this weight, Allah does not hand love to the heart casually. He trains the heart first, just as something valuable is never entrusted to untested hands. In Islam, trust is sacred. An amana is never given without proof of responsibility. Love, especially love that leads to marriage, is an amana of the highest level because it involves another person's dignity, emotional safety, and future. Allah tests the heart long before love arrives to see how it handles pressure, disappointment, and restraint. A heart that collapses under small trials would struggle under the weight of lifelong commitment. Through these tests, Allah observes how the heart behaves when it is not getting what it wants. Does it become bitter, or remain grateful? Does it grow impatient or deepen its reliance on Allah? Does it compromise its values to feel close to someone? Or does it hold firm to what is right? These moments of testing are not random hardships. They are training sessions designed to shape the heart's character. Allah also trains the heart by limiting access to emotional fulfillment. When a heart is denied instant closeness, it learns self-control. It learns how to manage desire without being ruled by it. This is essential because love without restraint becomes reckless. A heart that cannot regulate its emotions will use love to satisfy itself rather than to serve another person with mercy and justice. Training also comes through loss. Sometimes Allah removes people or ends connections to teach the heart discernment. The heart learns that not every attachment is meant to be permanent, and not every strong feeling is meant to be followed. These lessons protect future love from being built on impulse or illusion. A trained heart does not fall blindly. It chooses carefully. As the heart matures, its definition of love changes. Love is no longer about intensity alone. It becomes about responsibility, consistency, and integrity. The heart begins to understand that love requires patience during hardship and restraint during ease. And this understanding cannot be taught through words alone. It must be experienced through testing. Allah trains the heart because He intends to trust it. He does not burden a heart without preparing it first. When love finally arrives, it enters a heart that knows how to protect it. Such a heart does not misuse affection, neglect responsibility, or harm what it claims to care about. It carries love with awareness and humility. In this way, delay is not rejection. Difficulty is not neglect. They are signs that Allah is shaping the heart into something reliable. When Allah finally places love into that heart, it is not as a trial meant to break it, but as a trust meant to be honored and preserved. A heart without discipline turns love into a trial, where love is often imagined as something that will automatically calm the heart and bring balance into life. Many people believe that once love arrives, emotional struggles will disappear and inner chaos will settle. Islam teaches a very different reality. Love does not discipline the heart. The heart must already be disciplined before love enters. Without discipline, love does not heal chaos. It exposes and multiplies it. A heart without discipline reacts instead of reflecting. It speaks before thinking and acts before understanding. When such a heart falls in love, every emotion becomes amplified. Small disagreements turn into major conflicts. Minor fears grow into constant suspicion. Love becomes exhausting because the heart does not know how to regulate what it feels. Instead of being a source of comfort, love becomes a test that overwhelms both people involved. Allah tests the heart to teach it restraint. Discipline means the ability to pause, to control anger, to manage desire, and to respond with wisdom instead of impulse. These qualities are not developed during moments of ease. They are learned through pressure, disappointment, and situations where the heart must choose patience over reaction. Allah allows these experiences, so the heart learns self-governance before it is given closeness to another soul. An undisciplined heart also struggles with boundaries. It oversteps, overattaches, and overexpects. It seeks constant reassurance and interprets every silence as rejection. When love enters such a heart, it becomes a source of anxiety rather than security. The heart begins to test love repeatedly, not because love is weak, but because discipline is missing. This is why Allah delays love for some hearts. He knows that love placed too early would turn into a trial that harms both individuals. Allah does not want love to become a source of sin, injustice or emotional damage. So he refines the heart first, teaching it to be patient when upset, calm when uncertain, and principled when tempted. A disciplined heart understands that emotions are real, but not always authoritative. It feels deeply, but acts wisely. It can disagree without disrespect and love without losing control. When such a heart enters a relationship, love becomes stable rather than volatile. Difficult moments are handled with maturity instead of escalation. Allah's training protects love from becoming a burden. When discipline is present, love does not test the heart's limits, and it strengthens its character. But when discipline is absent, love becomes a trial that exposes every weakness. This is why Allah shapes the heart before He places love within it. He does not want love to break what He intends to bless. Allah severs attachments that would poison love. One of the most painful experiences for the heart is when Allah removes a connection it was deeply attached to. At first, this removal feels like rejection or loss. The heart questions why something that felt meaningful had to end. Yet Islam teaches us that not every separation is a sign of punishment. Some separations are acts of mercy designed to protect what has not yet arrived. Allah tests the heart by severing attachments that are formed incorrectly. Sometimes the heart becomes attached out of fear rather than clarity. It leans on another person for stability it has not yet built within itself. It seeks emotional safety from someone who was never meant to provide it permanently. When love eventually arrives on top of these unhealthy attachments, it becomes distorted by dependency, insecurity, or unresolved pain. Allah removes these connections because they would poison future love. An attachment built on imbalance would teach the heart to cling. One built on emotional need would teach the heart to demand. One built on illusion would teach the heart to ignore reality. If such attachments were allowed to continue, the heart would carry those patterns into the relationship Allah intends to bless. This severing is not sudden without wisdom. Allah allows the heart to feel the weight of loss, so it learns discernment. Here, the heart begins to understand the difference between emotional intensity and emotional safety. It learns that not everyone who feels close is meant to stay. These lessons are painful, but they cleanse the heart of false attachments that would weaken future bonds. Through removal, Allah also teaches the heart reliance on Him. When the heart loses what it depended on, it is gently redirected back to Allah. This realignment is essential because love should never replace tawakkul. A heart that relies entirely on another human will suffocate love with expectation. But a heart that relies on Allah first will approach love with balance and gratitude. As time passes, the heart becomes lighter. It no longer carries emotional residue from past attachments. It becomes capable of forming healthier connections without fear or desperation. The heart learns that separation did not mean it was unworthy. It meant it was being protected from carrying forward something that would have harmed it. Allah does not remove what is written to stay. He removes what would have damaged what is written to last. When love finally arrives, it enters a heart that is clean, balanced, and free from poisons it never needed to carry. A refined heart no longer begs to be chosen. One of the quiet transformations Allah brings to a heart is dignity. At the beginning of emotional growth, the heart often seeks validation from others. It wants to be chosen, noticed, and prioritized to feel valuable. This desire is deeply human, but when it governs the heart, it creates imbalance. A heart that begs to be chosen will tolerate what it should refuse and accept what it deserves to question. Allah tests the heart until it no longer measures its worth through another person's attention. Through rejection, distance, and unmet expectations, the heart is slowly detached from the need for constant affirmation. These experiences feel painful at first, but they serve a greater purpose. They teach the heart that its value is not assigned by human approval, but anchored in its relationship with Allah. A refined heart understands that being chosen is not proof of worth. It understands that chasing someone's affection does not create love. It creates exhaustion. When the heart matures, it no longer over-explains, over-gives, or overextends itself just to remain relevant in someone's life. It learns that genuine love does not require persuasion or performance. This refinement also teaches the heart boundaries. A heart that no longer begs to be chosen knows when to walk away. It recognizes inconsistency without making excuses for it. It values clarity over confusion and mutual effort over imbalance. This does not make the heart cold or distant. It makes it secure. Allah brings the heart to this state because love built on insecurity cannot last. When one person is constantly trying to earn their place, the relationship becomes unequal. The heart becomes anxious, fearful of loss, and overly accommodating. Allah removes this weakness before love arrives, so that future relationships are built on mutual respect, not desperation. As the heart becomes refined, it begins to trust Allah's selection more than its own striving. It understands that what is meant for it will approach without manipulation. It no longer feels the need to compete for affection or prove its worth. This quiet confidence is a sign that Allah has worked deeply on the heart. When love finally arrives to such a heart, it does not feel like relief from fear. It feels like alignment. The heart is chosen without begging, valued without chasing, and respected without pleading. Allah does not place lasting love in hearts that still question their worth. He places it in hearts that know it. Delay is how Allah strengthens the heart, not denies love. Delay is one of the hardest tests for the heart. When something good is wanted sincerely, waiting can feel like rejection. The heart begins to wonder whether love has been denied or whether it has been forgotten. Yet Islam teaches that delay is not absence. It is a deliberate form of preparation chosen by Allah, who knows exactly when the heart will be strong enough to receive what it is asking for. An impatient heart interprets delay as punishment. It grows restless and begins to compare its path with others. This comparison weakens faith and distorts perception. Allah allows the heart to experience delay so it can be purified from entitlement. The heart learns that blessings are not earned by urgency, but received through trust. What comes too early often leaves too quickly. Through delay, Allah strengthens the heart's endurance. The heart learns how to wait without bitterness and how to remain hopeful without constant reassurance. These qualities are essential for love that lasts. A heart that collapses under waiting would struggle under responsibility. If the heart cannot tolerate silence, it will struggle with the inevitable quiet moments that come in any long-term relationship. Allah also uses delay to deepen reliance on Him. When love does not arrive immediately, the heart is drawn closer to Allah through dua, reflection, and surrender. This connection anchors the heart. A heart anchored in Allah does not attach recklessly to people, nor does it panic when circumstances shift. This spiritual grounding protects love from becoming an idol or a source of desperation. Delay teaches the heart emotional maturity. It learns that not everything good must arrive instantly to be real. It learns to sit with uncertainty without losing balance. Over time, the heart becomes calmer, more patient, and more selective. It no longer rushes toward anyone who offers attention. It waits for alignment rather than intensity. Allah does not delay love to test cruelty. He delays love to test stability. When the heart passes this test, love arrives without fear. There is no urgency to secure it, no anxiety about losing it. The heart understands that what Allah brings at the right time comes with strength to sustain it. Delay is not the closing of a door. It is the reinforcement of the heart that will walk through it. Allah strengthens the heart first, so that when love finally arrives, it does not shake under its weight, but stands firm within it. Calm is the signal that the heart can now choose wisely. Many people believe that strong emotions are proof of truth. They think intensity means destiny, and excitement means certainty. Islam teaches something far more grounded. Clarity does not arrive through emotional highs. It arrives through calm. When Allah brings calm into the heart, He is signaling that the heart is finally ready to choose wisely rather than impulsively. A restless heart rushes toward whatever feels powerful. It confuses attraction with alignment and urgency with importance. In this state, the heart overlooks red flags and silences its own intuition. Love chosen from turbulence often begins with passion but ends in confusion. Allah tests the heart until this inner noise settles, because wisdom cannot operate where emotions are constantly shouting. Calm does not mean absence of feeling. It means emotional stability. A calm heart can feel affection without losing balance. It can desire closeness without panic. Allah cultivates this calm through trials, patience, and self-reflection. The heart slowly learns that it does not need to react to every emotion or follow every impulse. This discipline creates space for discernment. When the heart becomes calm, its priorities change. It stops chasing intensity and starts valuing consistency. It stops seeking sparks and starts seeking safety. Calm allows the heart to see character clearly instead of being blinded by chemistry. This shift is critical because love built on clarity is far more sustainable than love built on excitement alone. Allah wants the heart to choose with wisdom because choice determines outcome. A calm heart can evaluate compatibility, values, and long-term direction without fear. It can say no without guilt and yes without anxiety. This balance protects both individuals from entering relationships that look appealing but lack foundation. Calm also brings trust in Allah's guidance. The heart no longer feels pressured to decide quickly. It understands that what is meant for it will not pass it by. This trust removes desperation and replaces it with confidence. The heart becomes patient, observant, and intentional. When love finally approaches a calm heart, it does not overwhelm or confuse it. It feels natural and steady. There is no emotional chaos demanding proof or reassurance. Instead, there is quiet certainty. Allah gives calm to the heart, not as an emotional reward, but as a sign that it is now capable of choosing love with wisdom and care. Allah teaches the heart to love without losing itself. One of the greatest fears hidden inside the human heart is the fear of disappearing in love. There are many people enter relationships believing that love requires self-sacrifice without limits. They give until there is nothing left, hoping that losing themselves will secure closeness. Islam does not teach this kind of love. Allah does not want love to erase the heart. He wants love to strengthen it. An untrained heart believes that closeness means constant availability, agreement, and emotional surrender. It equates love with overgiving and silence in the face of discomfort. Over time, this leads to resentment, exhaustion, and loss of identity. When the heart dissolves into love, it cannot sustain it. What begins as devotion slowly becomes imbalance. Allah tests the heart, so it learns that love and selfhood are not opposites. Through disappointment and distance, the heart learns where it ends and where another begins. It learns that it can care deeply without abandoning its principles. These lessons are subtle but essential. A heart that cannot maintain its identity will eventually suffocate under the weight of emotional dependency. Through Allah's training, the heart learns boundaries. Boundaries are not walls, they are safeguards. They protect sincerity from exploitation and kindness from being drained. A heart with boundaries can love openly while remaining anchored. It knows when to give and when to pause. It knows how to express needs without fear of being rejected for them. Allah also teaches the heart to trust without surrendering control of its worth. Trust in Islam is not blind attachment. It is confidence grounded in tawakkul. The heart opens, but it remains connected to Allah as its primary source of security. This connection allows love to flow without anxiety. When fear of loss is replaced with trust in Allah, love becomes freer and healthier. As the heart matures, it no longer fears abandonment because it is no longer abandoning itself. It understands that love should enhance life, not consume it. This awareness prevents manipulation, emotional blackmail, and unhealthy compromise. Love becomes a shared space, not a battlefield of needs. Allah teaches the heart to love in this balanced way because lasting love requires stability on both sides. A heart that remains whole while loving deeply can nurture another without losing direction. When love arrives to such a heart, it does not demand self-erasure. It invites mutual growth, and that is the kind of love Allah allows to remain. When the heart is ready, love arrives without struggle. Many people believe that true love must be difficult, dramatic, or constantly tested. They assume that struggle is proof of sincerity and that hardship is a sign of depth. Islam teaches the opposite. While every relationship will face moments of effort, love itself is not meant to feel like a continuous battle. When the heart is truly ready, love does not arrive through chaos. It arrives with clarity and steadiness. A heart that is unprepared experiences love as conflict. There is confusion about intentions, fear of loss, and constant emotional tension. Every step forward feels uncertain. This is not because love is wrong, but because the heart is still carrying unresolved fears and weaknesses. Allah does not allow lasting love to settle in such a space. He waits until the heart becomes strong enough to receive love without being shaken by it. When Allah has finished refining the heart, something changes quietly. The heart no longer feels rushed. It no longer feels the need to force outcomes or demand reassurance. There is an inner sense of alignment rather than urgency. This is one of the clearest signs of readiness. Love no longer feels like something that must be secured before it disappears. It feels like something that arrives at the right time and stays. Love that comes after preparation does not rely on constant emotional highs to feel real. It is supported by trust, mutual respect, and shared values. Communication flows more naturally because fear does not dominate the heart. Differences are addressed with maturity instead of defensiveness. The relationship grows without the exhausting cycles of doubt and reassurance. This does not mean love will be free from effort. Commitment always requires intention and care. But effort in a prepared heart feels purposeful, not draining. Challenges are faced together rather than feared. The heart has learned patience, discipline, and trust through its earlier tests, and these qualities now protect the relationship instead of threatening it. Allah brings love in this way because He wants it to last. He does not rush hearts into bonds they cannot sustain. When the heart is ready, love does not arrive loudly or dramatically. It arrives quietly, fitting into life without disruption. There is no need to fight to be understood or valued. There is mutual recognition. This is the wisdom behind Allah's timing. Love is not withheld to cause pain. It is delayed to remove struggle. When the heart is ready, love no longer feels like survival. It feels like peace. And peace is always a sign that Allah has written something to remain.